Rome was not built in a day, right? I know a lot of you are getting shocked by the information that, oh my goodness, I thought Jyotish was so easy, all about Saturn, Rahu, and everything. No, it is scientific. It is very, very logical.
Hello and namaste, and thank you so much for visiting my channel. My name is Karthik Gaur, and please do subscribe and click the bell icon to ensure that whenever we upload a webinar or a video, you are the first ones to know. Thank you so much.
Now the important information of chart. So when you draw actually a horoscope, you have to be very, very sure that you have to get the details of the person. The name is very important. I've written here ideally, but it is very important to take the correct name of the person. And I told you yesterday that I actually sometimes, or I always use the surname to save the name. Very rarely when a client doesn't have the surname or it's a very quick consultation, somebody has called, then in that case I'll use the person's name to save. But otherwise, if it is a planned thing and all, it is always surname, name. That way, not the reverse way. Then you need the date birth, for example, 10th of May 1992, born in Mumbai, India, and the time of birth is 8:25 a.m. Okay. Now over here, I have written this KYC, which is a banking term, right? Know your client sort of a thing. KYC I have given because it is very important for your chart rectification. I always like to use very today's terminology to understand the concept of Jyotish. Okay, so rectification is more like your KYC, which you are doing and trying to know your client, right? Because whatever the client is, you have to see the client in the horoscope. You have to see their father, mother. You have to see everything in the horoscope. If you can't see that, then frankly speaking, either you don't know Jyotish or there is a problem with the horoscope and you need to rectify it. Because the time could be off by 5 minutes, 10 minutes for sure, or 30 minutes, 45 minutes. There are some people who don't know their Lagna also. There are some people who know an approximate time. I was born roughly between 10 to 2 p.m. I think my mother told me, it was sometime after 10, but surely she told me it was before 2. So I get those sort of requests also. Then the process is a little tougher because you sit with them, find out how many sister brothers you have, what all you have, and finally we come to a time. Okay, and then finally we have to make an analysis of the yogas. What are the good and bad yogas which we can use? See, the good yogas are something like a reserve that you have, and the bad yogas is something for which you have to use those reserves. So you need to sort of have a knack of understanding the good and bad in the chart, because based on the good and bad in the chart, you are going to use that for everything else. Yeah, the Panchanga becomes so important because the Panchanga is the mud with which Brahma has created you. It is like those 5 fingers, the 5 elements. And if the 5 elements are strong, then you can punch above your weight. If the 5 elements are weak, then to that level your punch doesn't have any weight. You are a big person, but you are not able to punch anything. If this is strong, then you are like Vietnam, a small nation, but you can still punch an America or a China. You understand? So Panchang to that level becomes very important because that is the Muhurta with which you are born. Right? What is Muhurta? Muhurta technically means Panchanga. What else? Right? Then the dashas become very important, that hey, okay, depending on, there are a lot of good things in your chart, but the period is bad. So all the good that you have is of no use. And lastly, coming to the remedies, it's very important. The moment you look at the chart, you need to know the remedies also. So from all this thing, we come to know that hey, it's fine to know the 3 types of chart, but it is also important to know that are you looking at the correct chart. For example, somebody might tell you that hey, I'm born around 7:55 a.m. Okay, or around 7:55 to 8 a.m. They don't know the exact time of birth. And let's say that day the sunrise was at 6 a.m. So if it is at 6 a.m. the sunrise is there, then at 6 a.m. depending on where the sun is transiting, it is going to be that Lagna. And roughly after 2 hours, the sign will change. And if a person is born just at the tip of that time, then there is a high level of chance that that person might have a Lagna which might be, let's say, Taurus or an Aries Lagna. Now, most of the times when I get those old horoscopes, which is written, especially the Indians would understand, where they have made no attempt to find out whether this is the right time or wrong time. Based on your time, they'll just make something print out, something they'll write. You will go to America, you will go to this, you are happy. You give them some money, they are also happy. But the fact of the matter is that, just at a difference of 5 minutes, your Lagna is changing. And a person who is Aries Lagna and a person who is Taurus Lagna is complete poles apart. Now, when they come to me or whenever they go to a good astrologer, the first thing they will say is that, hey, listen, you are born at the cusp. I need to first find out whether you are an Aries ascendant or whether you are a Taurus ascendant. I need to see whether, your Navamsha Lagna is Tula or is it Scorpio, because both are completely different personalities. You understand? So this whole concept of know your customer or KYC is so important even in Jyotish perspective. Because if you are just going by what they are saying, God bless you. I, as an astrologer, always go with the presumption that the time I have got is wrong. I always start with that presumption. A lot of time people tell me that, Karthik, I have been rectified this time, so and so gave me the time and blah, blah, blah. I still go with the presumption that the time is wrong. Because I need to be convinced that the time is right. You understand? So it is very important. Rectified chart is critical. No destination without accurate map. Correct? It is like, you can't put a different sort of a destination on a Google map and expect to reach where you wanted to reach, thinking that Google knows, where I want to go. The technology is yet not advanced. You still need to put the exact pin. You need to find the exact destination, else you might go somewhere else. And finding the correct time of the birth and correct time of the chart is as important as finding the right Google pin. Else every astrologer you go to will give you a wrong sort of a reading, because frankly speaking, they don't know how to rectify the chart. Frankly speaking, a lot of them don't even know what is chart rectification. They don't even know how important that time of umbilical cord cutting is important, because that is the time after which you are not on a joint account with your mother. You have your own IBAN number, you have your own bank account number, and all your karmas henceforth are being accumulated in your own bank account, and you are no longer a joint applicant with your mother. And when does that happen? When the umbilical cord is cut. So technically, when are you born? You are born when the umbilical cord is cut. Now, are you confident that the time of birth that you have is the exact time when the umbilical cord is cut? I doubt. And that is precisely the reason the rishis have taught us about the combination, about the certain planetary system, about certain planets in certain houses, and the type of birth that they give. So then you cross-check with the client that, hey, listen, did this happen in your age? Is this you? Is this your husband? Is this how it works? They say yes, 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 yes. Finally, you agree that, okay, this is your birth time. And then you start the reading. So again, coming back to the first slide, Rome was not built in a day, right? I know a lot of you are getting shocked by the information that, oh my goodness, I thought Jyotish was so easy, all about Saturn, Rahu and everything. No, it is scientific. It is very, very logical. Okay. So this is the horoscope of Prabhu Shri Ram. Okay. Lord Rama has this birth chart. So here we see that there are 3 types of birth chart, but technically they are the same. One is the diamond chart. or the Venus chart as we see. So what does it say? It is number 4 written here, which means that it is Karka Lagna. There is JP, which is Jupiter and Moon over here, and the ascendant is Karka. Here we see 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Saturn in the 4th house in the sign Tula. Then 5th and 6th, we have a Rahu over here in the sign number 9, which is Sagittarius or Dhanu. And here we have Mangal in the 7th house. And then the 8th house is empty, and the 9th house we have Venus in Pisces. In the 10th house we have an exalted Surya in Aries. In the 11th house we have Mercury in Taurus. And here we have Gemini and we have Ketu in the 12th house. Okay. Whereas if you see here, what do we see here? We see here Surya is in the Aries. Okay. Over here also we see Surya is in Aries. Here we see Mercury is in Taurus. Here we see Mercury is in Taurus. Here we see Ketu is in Gemini. Here we see Ketu is in Gemini. Over here we see Jupiter and Moon, and it is written here AS, means Karka is the ascendant, and over here we see it is Karka, which is ascendant and has got Jupiter and Moon. So you understand, it is just a different way to draw, but technically the planets don't change. Let us look at the East Indian chart. East Indian chart says that, hey, Sun is in Aries. Is Sun in Aries? Yes, it is in Aries. But over here, it is moving the other way around. In the South Indian chart, if you see, the second house is over here. Whereas over here, let me put the spotlight. Over here we see Surya, then second house is Mercury, third house is Gemini. Or rather in Gemini is the Ketu is in Gemini, it's not the third house. Okay. Whereas over here, it is Sun in Aries, Mercury in Taurus, Ketu in Gemini, and it is Karka Lagna, which is ascendant, and there is Jupiter and Moon. Jupiter and Moon are in Karka. Jupiter and Moon are in Karka. Jupiter and Moon are in Karka. Shani is in Tula. Shani is in Tula. Shani is in Tula. Rahu is in Dhanu. Rahu is in Dhanu Rashi. Rahu is in Dhanu Rashi. Mangal is in Capricorn. Mangal is in Capricorn. Mangal is in Capricorn. Okay. So it is the same thing is what I wanted to share with each one of you. It's nothing so called different. It is just a different way of drawing. Okay. I'll be sharing this chart in the group, for you all to have this. Technically, as a first student, the first chart we always study is that of Shri Ram and Shri Krishna in our tradition. So actually you can frame it also and keep it in your study table. It is very, very good to keep the horoscopes of Shri Ram and Krishna is very prosperous, and you can pray, you can do pranam to them, and definitely seek for a lot of knowledge from them. Okay.
Namaste Jyotisha lovers, thank you so much for viewing the video. Please do share so more and more thirsty souls can benefit from this free knowledge which is being shared. Also do subscribe, click the bell icon, and all the questions that you have, please mention in the comment section below. Thank you so much, and please keep supporting us.